Nelson, journalist and author of The Woman Code. Sophia, so great to see you. Welcome back to the Sunday Show. You have some feelings about the filibuster. Go.
Yeah, if you read my recent piece in the Griot, Jonathan, you know that I laid it out, that I think we have to, at the very least, reform the filibuster. Look, Mitch McConnell went on record, as you know, 2 weeks ago and said that the filibuster had no racial history. That's utterly preposterous. John C. Calhoun, South Carolina's own senator, used it during the debates leading up to slavery and into Lincoln's presidency and through there until we got through the Civil War to stall any type of efforts around slavery and eradicating it, doing anything about it. And then we move all the way through Woodrow Wilson's presidency, Jonathan, and you see that the start of Jim Crow, really which starts Ulysses Grant's presidency through Woodrow Wilson, where these laws are passed, anti-lynching bills are shot down, any civil rights bills are shot down. So anybody that says the filibuster doesn't have racial connotations does not know history at all.
And speaking of anti-lynching bills, the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, which Senator Kamala Harris and Senator Cory Booker were trying to get through the Senate, that got filibustered, what was that, last year by Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky.
Absolutely right. That was, I thought, a really awful moment in this republic that Rand Paul, who prides himself on being a libertarian Republican, but I think he's an obstructionist, frankly, that he was able to block that. And you saw how upset then Senator Harris, now Vice President Harris, was. I think we were all in shock that a senator in the 21st century wouldn't understand that passing something like anti-lynching legislation would be so important to codify that. But he did what he did.
Mm-hmm. Sophia, I'm going to be talking about this in my byline, so I don't mean to give it away. But I want to ask you this question. What do you make of this choice that's out there that Democrats have to make? That if you blow up the filibuster, Mitch McConnell says, oh, watch out, all hell's going to break loose. But then on the other hand, if you don't do anything with the filibuster, President Biden's agenda isn't going anywhere. When it comes to that, which choice do you make?
Well, they can use the reconciliation process, as you know, but here's the thing. Here's my advice to Democrats as someone who was a Republican for 25 plus years. Stop being afraid of Mitch McConnell, because he's not afraid of you. You need to do what you need to do in order to get this president's agenda through, to get infrastructure bills, health care reform, any type of other things we need to do. I don't think you ought to get rid of the filibuster, Jonathan, but I think you have to radically reform it. And I think civil rights and voting rights are going to be drastically impacted if we don't do something about it.
Reverend Sophia Nelson, don't be afraid of Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell isn't afraid of you. Truth. Sophia Nelson, thank you very much for coming back to the Sunday.